Welcome to part 2 of the Great Beard Experiment. If you've gotten a little bit out of shape as a result of the lockdown, what we're trying to figure out is if you can get back in shape and regain the progress that you lost faster than, for example, you can grow a beard back. So if you didn't see the first video, the whole premise here was that shaving a massive beard, we're gonna see if we can regain lean body mass that was lost faster than the facial hair grows back. And so now we're on week 3, and I want to talk a little bit about what we've learned along this process. One of the first things that you're going to notice coming back into lifting weights, if you've been out of it for a few months, is that when you first pick them back up, they're going to feel really heavy. I made a joke to the owner of the gym that I work out at where I asked him, did you install magnets in the floor while everything was shut down? Because just trying to pick up weights that might have been a warm-up really felt like they'd be used for a working side or even more than that. One of the big things that you're going to notice, especially getting back into working out, is that weights are going to feel heavier than they should. Weights that you might have been using for a warm-up set, if you put them on your back, you're going to find that they feel heavy. You're going to feel that you're really having to work just to keep it stable, and it's not going to be comfortable. If you've been powerlifting or lifting heavy weights for a while, there comes a point when you really start to get comfortable under the bar, where if you take that big deep breath, you're using the Valsalva maneuver, keeping your core nice, tight, and braced. Even if you have a very heavy weight on your back, you really don't even feel it anymore. It's just kind of there, and all you feel is the pressure as you're going down and then back up into your movement. And that was one of the things that I personally noticed in those first few workouts back, was that if I was doing squats, I really felt the weight on my back. It was there and it was uncomfortable, but it took about 2 weeks of consistently being in the gym, working out, to have the weight, to really stop feeling the weight bearing down on you and just start to feel that just general kind of comfortable pressure again. So at the end of week 3, I was doing the big 3 lifts, squat, bench, and deadlift. And on my last set of squats, I'd worked back up to 315 for sets of 5, and it was actually starting to feel comfortable again. And you'll notice that in this video here, you can see the full range of motion. It's really important that you videotape your workout sessions as best as possible. You can record on your cell phone. If you have a tripod set up, that works great too. Or you can just prop it up against a little plate or small dumbbell and get a good angle like I did. But one of the things why it's important to see this is because mentally I felt like I wasn't going low enough. Because typically when you're squatting, you want your hip crease to break the plane of your knee. And I thought that I was either right at there or a little bit high, but in looking at the film, you can actually tell that it's right where it was supposed to be. So as far as strength coming back in different lifts, squat seems to be coming back pretty fast, bench seems to be coming back pretty fast. Deadlift is still feeling a little bit heavy though. Now there's different types of adaptations that your body's going to see when it comes to resistance training. There's of course structural adaptations, so that's your cross-sectional muscle area, that's glycogen being stored in your muscle tissue and different things that can increase your overall lean body mass. But there's also the neurological side of things, which is really the connection between your motor neurons, your nerves, your brain, your entire nervous system, recruiting muscle fibers to fire off and lift a weight. So it's really your total body strength coordination. Those motor unit recruitment patterns are really something that you can see fall off pretty quick, and it takes time to build them back. 3 weeks in the grand scheme of things is not a very long time, and I would expect it to take a few more weeks for things to really get back to where they were before we had all these changes happening around us. And you can expect to see something very similar. Regardless of what kind of training that you've been doing, it's going to take you some time to get back into it, and it's fine to work with. Remember, you've got 52 weeks in a year, so if 4 or 5 of them are not what you want to see, overall you're still getting a good grade on your training for the year as a whole. And when it comes to meaningful progress that you see over time, you're looking at months and years. Days and weeks are really not that important. And typically anything that happens that's damage that's done over the course of a few days or a few weeks, it'll probably only take a few days or a few weeks to undo it. So the great thing about this whole lockdown and how it might have taken you back in your fitness progress, when it comes to strength and the ability to rebuild lean body mass, it's not going to take you nearly as long as you would expect to start to build it back. It is a little bit discouraging. I took my before pictures and did not like the additional roundness that I had put on in my overall shape. But after just 3 weeks, and I've kept my macros at maintenance levels, right? I never went into a deficit to really try to cut things down. It's just eating normally to see how that performance, strength, and lean body mass can come back up. And you can see that over that 3-week period, at least the lean body mass side of things has really improved and gotten right back to where it was on that baseline. And you can actually start to see some pretty significant visual changes now if you can look past all the body hair. Now, it's just an estimation, but I'm going to give it another probably 3 to 4 weeks before I'll really feel like the strength has completely come back to where it was before. It might happen faster, it might happen slower, it's yet to be determined. But we shall see. And that's one of the fun things about documenting the process, is it shows what anybody can really do as long as you stick with it, stay consistent, put your mind to it, and just keep track of the variables. As long as you're measuring things, you can generally find a way to improve them. So I hope you found this video helpful, that you enjoy it. We appreciate any support to the channel and the business. So if you want to subscribe or hit the like button, we like it when you do that. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.